Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode broadcast edition of Ask the Wizard, streaming live almost daily unplugged. I'm just switching something here. That's why I'm moving. Look in this direction. There we are. How's everyone doing today? And there. Okay. Breath is working pretty good today, so away we go. Fear never solved anything. That's a line from a movie. I can't remember which movie. And the same movie, fear doesn't solve anything. And the other line, it might have even been the same movie, I can't remember, was you can't win a battle if being afraid to be injured. Or you can't win a battle without... No, I like that. You can't win a battle if you're afraid to be injured. So fear never solved anything. So understanding that we navigate through a series of vibrational set points, you could call them emotional states, if you will, boiling it down to the mechanics of it, vibrational set points, because emotions, I'm going to use that label, are different frequencies, like different floors. I use this example all the time. Different floors in an apartment or different floors on a parkade. So one emotion is, I'm just making stuff up. Sad is this level, happy is this level. I mean, anger is this level. So there are different vibrational set points. Now, fear is a big word. Fear and love are kind of kissing cousins like this, and we could talk about it in so many different ways. But just for our purposes here, when we make a decision coming from a place of fear, generally speaking, it's in an attempt to avoid pain, right? So let's use fear and love. The other words we could use is pain and pleasure. Okay. Of course, pleasure is love, introducing what we want. Fear is pain, trying to avoid what we don't want. So when we're making a decision from a place of fear, our focus is on avoiding pain. Now, we know Metaphysics 101, whatever you focus on gets bigger. Whether you love it or whether you hate it, whatever you focus on gets bigger. So, I think Shakespeare said this. I don't know my Shakespeare at all. Something about that which I feared the most. The most has beset me. Anyway, I totally destroyed that. So we're focusing on avoiding pain. Well, we're focusing on it. Whatever we focus on is going to get bigger, which is why so often when we make that decision based from fear, it almost has a whiplash effect. And we go, well, geez, I was trying to get away from this. I was making a decision to get away from this, but here I find myself in more of it. Why is that the case? Because whatever you focus on, whether you're trying to introduce it or trying to get away from it, is going to get bigger. So that's one of the ways you can kind of measure whether this decision I'm making, the thought processes that then follow through to a decision. If I'm making it from fear is, am I doing this to try and avoid pain? The other one that's kind of interesting is it's very time critical. So I find when we're in that spot of sort of wanting or leaning towards making that decision, thought processes follow through as decision from fear, it's got to happen now, not enough time. Oh my God, got to happen now. If it doesn't, like if I don't make something happen now, back to, I'm going to experience the pain, right? Now, when you think about it, just even those two parameters, is your body in this state? Is your body in this state? Is it in, flight or, right? So that's another thing to remember. If your body is tense, if your body is tense and your mind is doing this, you're probably in sort of that fear-based frequency range. This is what I do. And remember, we're managing, not mastering life. We master managing life, right? Is I do my best to address that first before I make the decision. Or at the very least, I have that understanding that it's a decision that I feel like I have to make now to avoid pain. As I'm able to kind of look at it, I go, okay, that's coming from a place of, using my two examples here, avoiding pain, and it's got to happen now. So that, the judgment that I have on this is what I should do next is coming from that place. Now, I'm not saying that you don't end up actually doing it, But for me, it gives you that ability to kind of just check in and go, okay, so generally speaking, if I'm taking this decision based from fear, that might not be the wisest decision, right? And also when this happens is your focus gets like hyper-focused, right? So your awareness goes from this to this. So again, not seeing the bigger picture sort of thing, right? Because it's immediate. I'm unable to see sort of past it, right? So the first thing I do is do my best to address the fear. And again, that's easier said than done, right? Now, and again, at the very least, if I'm not able to kind of dispel that, at least I can bring knowledge into this now. I can bring understanding into this and say, okay, even though there's that almost that impulse to do this, I know where it's coming from. So then I can consciously choose to make a different decision, right? See, I think that's the thing. You have the ability to choose whether to follow through on that or almost contradicting what instinctually you want to do, choose something different. Because maybe you're still in that vibration of fear, but you still have your awareness now. And you could say, okay, what kind of decision would I make if I was coming from a place of love, if you will, introducing pleasure as opposed to avoiding pain? What decision would that look like? If I wanted to focus on introducing pleasure, introducing what I want, not getting rid of what or avoiding what I don't want, what would that decision look like? Now, your body may fight you on this because your body's in that crisis mode, right? But you can still choose to override that because now you're applying understanding to whatever this current present moment situation is. And you can say, even though instinctually, I'll use that word, I want to do this, I know where that's coming from. And if I was in that different vibrational place, I would be making this decision. So now you can choose to make that decision, even though you don't feel like it. And I think there's the balance, right? What happens is a person goes so far over that, they say, you discount your feelings. Your emotions are crap. They just mislead you. Logic has to do everything. Then you've got the other end, and that's super masculine. Then you've got the other end, which is all feelings, right? So it's kind of like the cork on the ocean kind of thing, which is ultra feminine, not male, female energies, right? Then you have the balance in the middle that has both of them, right? Both of them working together. And sometimes the masculine says, okay, I know we feel this way, but I know where we're at right now. And I can choose to look at the bigger picture, even though maybe the feminine side in this moment can't, right? And then, of course, the feminine side can support the masculine too, because logic, again, is limited. Topic for another broadcast. The thoughts that you're thinking, manifesting through the decisions that you're making, every once in a while, it's not a bad idea. Am I coming from a place of fear, avoiding pain? Am I coming from a place of love, if you will, introducing pleasure? Again, it's not about mastering life. It's about managing life. Right, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Ask the Wizard. Unplugged.